This video is to explain the works of LazyBoy utility, which was released for free on MQL5 website, mql5.com website. And I just want to say in the beginning that this is a utility. That means it will not do things on its own, it will not decide things on its own, but rather you would give it commands. You would give it commands through the inputs. So this is the inputs here. So through these commands, you'll be able to control how the EA will work. And this is not an automated a robot. That means it will not do things on its own. It will do exactly what you tell it to do here. So, for example, we'll go section by section here to explain how it works. First off, main EA magic number. This magic number is the positions magic numbers. So if you have more than one EA working on say gold and USD, then make sure that you change this to say any number you want. I would go, for example, for 99, so that this EA will only affect the positions that were opened or closed by it. So it will not affect any other positions by any other expert advisor or manual. If you open any position manually, usually it takes magic number 0. So if you keep this at 0, then it will actually interact with the manual positions that you open. So if you don't want to interact with anything else, make sure to change this to any number, 77 or whatever number that you want. So it will only interact with the positions that are actually opened or closed. So next to that is the position lot size. I recommend 0.01 if you have $10,000 in your account, and less than that if you have less. So if you have 5,000, go with 0.05, for example. So half that lot size. Calculation period. This is the period that I will actually do calculation for the bars. So I will calculate 30 bars in the history, and to keep it at 30 is fine. Position manual profit. That means if a position earns $50, it will close automatically. So it will ignore the other conditions that you have in here, down here, and if any position reaches $50, it will close it automatically with gain. Now the second section, which is type of positions, this is the main switches for the whole utility. Main switches here, those are more main switches. So here I would say I want the EA to interact with buy positions, opening them and also closing them. If I don't want it to open or close buy positions, so if I know that the market will be going down, then I should turn this off and turn this off. And if I know the market would go up, then I don't want it to open, I don't want it to open or interact with sell positions. I just want it to interact with buy positions if I know that it will go up. So as I said, this is utility. So it depends on how you set it. It will not decide for itself. It will not check the market by itself. It will not know if the market is going up or going down. It will not know the resistance and support. It will not know anything on its own. It doesn't have any indicators. It doesn't have anything. This is only utility, guys. This is only utility EA. So if I know that the market will go up, I will switch off opening sell positions and I'll leave buy positions. So interact with buy positions and leave the sell positions at false. I could have it, close sell positions but not open. And if vice versa, if I know that the market was going down, then I will have it to I will set the buy to false and I'll set the sell to true. So this is the second section. This is also main switch for the whole thing. Even though if I tell it here that I want to open sell position at 1780, for example, or open buy position at 1790, for example. If I have it here, open buy, and here it says don't open buy, then we'll abide by the main switch. So make sure that these don't mess and match. So if you want to really open buy position, make sure that the main switch is true for opening buy position. And if you want to close buy position, make sure that the main switch of buy position is set to true to close them as well. Same thing for sell. Now, if we go down, these are the conditions here. These are the conditions. These are not main switches. From here to here, these are main switches. From here to here, this is the conditions. This is more like if I want to say, I want to set a limit order or a stop order. This is kind of the same, you know. So, for example, open buy position at price. I want to set this true. So if the price comes to buy position open at low price, so if the price comes to 1790, I want it to open a buy position if I set this to true. And make sure that also opening buy positions here is set to true. All right, the main switches. Now, what is at low and what is at high? So that means if the price is 1790 and less, open at buy position. Here, I say if the price is 1790 and up, so if it's lower than 1790, don't open. If it's more than 1790, open. So you can have either this or that, you know? Now, or if you have both of them, then it will open at any condition, if it's more or less. So make sure you only have one of them. Now, buy position lot size, there is a main switch here, but I can override the main switch with this. So I have it here set at 1 point or 0.1. Now, buy position count, how many positions would I want to open at the low, at the price here? If it's this price or lower, how many positions do I want? If I want 5 of them, and each of them is 0.01. Now at the other one, which is the at high price, so if it's more or if it's 1790 and up, I want it to open 3 positions. So these are all the switches for the buy. Now, same thing for the sell. I want to open sell position at 1750. So if the price drops to 1750 and lower, then I want it to open. So I switch it to true. Now, how many of them? I want to open 7, for example. Now, if the price is more than 17, whatever I want, 1740, I want it to open as well. If it's more, I want it to open also sell position. So it's sell position. And how many I want? I want 3, for example. So it will do exactly as you tell it to do this in this section. Now the second section, which is here, this is incremental. What is incremental? Incremental, so for example, I told it here to open at 1790. I want it to open 5. So 1790 and less, it will open 5 buy positions. 1790 and up, but of course I can't have at the same time because it will not make sense. So I will just do the example on low. So if it's 1790 and less, open how many? 5 positions. Okay, and it will stop. It will not open more than that. So if it sees that it has already 5 positions, it will not open more than that. It will not open more than that. Now, in here, I want to tell it to actually every $2, for example, I want it to open 1 position. Every $2, every $2. So at 17.90, open 2 positions. If it gets to 17.92, it will open another 2 positions. It will get to 17.94. So every $2, I wanted to open 2 positions. So this is the section of incremental. I can also do this with sell. So I can also set this for buy, as you can see, buy incremental and also sell incremental. So if I switch this to true, which is open incremental buy positions up. So if it's more than the price that I specify, keep on opening every specific amount of dollars. If it's less, of course, I can also use one of them. I don't want both of them to be true, only one of them. So if it's going in one direction, I want to say, if it's going up, I'll switch this off. Then keep on opening every time it gets $2 more in the price of gold, open 2 positions, for example. I can have it open 4, 5, whatever I want. So we will go with that. Open when it's going up, open buy positions. Now buy incremental rate up. So every how many dollars? So every $2 I want it to open. I can say every $5 open positions. Now how many positions do you want to open every $5? I want to say every $5 open 3 positions. So we'll actually every 5 increase of the price of the gold, every $5 it will open 3 positions. All right? Now I also can use this instead of with up, I can use it with down. So every $2 down. So if it's the price was 17.90, it went to 17.88. So every $2, I want it to open 2 positions, for example. Now if it goes to 17.86, because I say $2, 17.86 also will open. If it goes to 17.84, it will also open. 82, it will also open. So this is the incremental. Now these things, why do I have these things when you can do stop buy order or what is it? Order limit or order stop or sell stop sell limit. Now this is more flexible, and also the incremental part of it, you have to enter it manually. Imagine having to enter 20 stop limit, for example, or I mean sell limit, or sell stop, or buy limit, or buy stop. This utility allows you to automate this process by actually giving you the ability to specify upfront what you want to do, and the utility will keep on doing it for you. Now, as well, for the sell, I wanted to when the price goes up, or say I can do that when the price goes up for sell positions. I want it every up $2. Every price, when the price goes up $2, I want it to open 1 position, for example. Now I also can do that with going down. So these are incremental positions. So every $2 going up, every $5 going up, open 2 positions, 1 position, whatever you want. Now the last section, this is for hedging. This is for hedging. So this was for scalping. This is for scalping. And this is for hedging. Now, for example, if I had 15 positions buy opened and the price dropped and all my buy positions are in loss. Now, if I close them, then I already have the loss. I lost the money. But if I open opposite of that, sell positions, so if I had, for example, 1 lot size divided on 5 buy positions, so each one of them is 0.2, total is 1 ounce, and they're all losing, but I don't want to close them. I don't want to lose the money. So I can do hedging. So I can say to it, I can specify here and say open opposite of the buy positions, the same amount of positions, the same amount of lot size, but in sell position, in sell. So I will match the buy positions with the sell positions. So I'm doing hedging. So when the price goes down, I can, at certain point, I can close these sell positions, and then I know, when I know that the price at this point there's support, so I go and close these sale positions that I opened with profit, because of course the price is going down and I'm losing on the buy positions. Now these sell positions, when the price goes down, of course they're gaining, and the buy positions are losing more. All right, but if I know that there is a support point that the price of gold will hit, then at this specific price point I can close all these sell positions with profit, and then the price will rebound, will go up, because there is support at this point, will go up, and then my buy positions will start gaining money until they go in positive. So that means I do hedging until the condition of the market changes in my favor, so I don't end up losing money. So this is how it's done here. I say instant match of buy positions, minimum count. So what is minimum count? This is the minimum count of buy positions. So I say if I have a 10 buy positions, if I have 10 buy positions, but I only want to match 5 of them. I don't want to match all of them. So if I have, for example, 10 buy positions, if I say here also 10, that means it will open 10 sell positions. So it will match exact same amount of buy positions. Now, if I want to only match half of them, so if I have 10 buy positions and loss, and I want to hedge against these 10 buy positions, only buy 5 positions. So it will only open 5 sell positions. Now I can do that, or I can match the whole thing. So if I know that I have 10 buy positions, I just type 10 here, and I say, if I say here, match the minimum. If it's the same, it will match all of them. But if it's less, then it will match half of them. If I have 10, they will match half. I can see also match 3 of them only. So we'll only open 3 against 10 buy positions. 10 sell positions, 3 sell positions against my losing 10 buy positions. So this is the hedging. Now if I say instant 3 open of buy positions count, this will actually ignore this number, and it will match all of them. So if I have 10 buy positions, it will instantly open 10 sell positions. All right. But if I only use this condition, then I can specify how many I want to match. Now, use minimum buy position count. If I have only this to true and this is false, and I have to turn this also to true, then I will use this to match. All right. So both of these have to be true to use this condition. If you want to match all of the buy positions with same amount of sell positions, then these will be ignored if you switch this on, because this is reopening of all the buy positions that are losing. Same thing we can do with sell. So if I had sell positions that are losing and the price is going up and they're already in loss, and I don't want to close them in loss, I want to do hedging until I get to a resistance point. When I get to this resistance point, then I come here and say, okay, close all the sell positions, or close all the buy positions that I am hedging with when I get to the resistance, so I will gain money with the buy positions, and then the price will rebound and go down, so my sell positions will start gaining money until they go in positive, to go in blue, and then I can close them in profit. So this is the section with the hedging. This is with the incremental. This is with the opening at specific price point, and these are the main switches. Now this utility is actually is only utility. This is only utility. This will not, it will not calculate anything for you. It will not, it will do exactly as utility do here. Now, if you guys want something else that will actually do, it will actually do things automatically and will work. This is a scalper and hedger. I actually have I have the Scalper and Hedger, but this is automated. This is full automated expert advisor, and as you can see, it has in the last trend that happened. You can see here in 5th of August, so 4 days ago, there was a trend that happened, and you can see it opened a big lot sizes, and it gained 6,000 in actually in less than few minutes. So the account went to from 97,000 to 106,000. Well, I actually gained more than 8,000. It was 97, 500 or 600, and it got to 106. So it gained about 9,000 in one shot. Now, this automated EA, which is exact copy of this here, of our utility that I was just explaining here. Now, it's exact copy of that, but it will do everything on its own. It doesn't have all these, doesn't have none of these. Why? Because it does everything automatically. It actually watches for trends and catches the trends, and we have our own indicator that catches these trends, and it also does hedging. If your account already has a losing positions, whether they are buy or sell, it will start doing hedging, and it will catch trends at the same time, and it will decide for you when there is support, and it will open and close on its own, when there is resistance, and it will close and open on its own. It will do everything on its own. It's not like this utility, you have to tell it everything you want. So the other one, the automated utility, or 100% automated utility, is being tested right now, and it should be released soon. Well, it should be released in a few days, and I will update you guys once it's ready. Take care and have a good day.